Welcome back to the beginner's guide. We're looking at our to-do list again, and I know I have fabric and smokeless powder at 2.5 and then rocket fuel power at number 3, but I actually think we should do space elevator parts now so we can let them build while we're doing 2.5 and 3. So yeah, I think today we should definitely do these space elevator parts. We are not producing any of them, so yeah, we should totally do that. And so we're going to have to find a location that we want to put the space elevator factory, which my cartograph isn't fully loaded yet, but we can kind of take a look by looking up in the air. Alright, the cartograph is finally loaded. We can take a look at what we're trying to place it. So we have our hub right here in the center. We've built out around this really nicely. Like, there's buildings all around it, so really, we can put the space elevator factory anywhere at this point. Alright, I think I'm gonna build the space elevator factory around this junction and over by this road. We're gonna it's gonna be a massive factory. Like, it has to be. So we'll try to fill in this large area right here, and we'll make it work. And I think it'd be cool having the train come through a building. That'd be really cool. So my plan for this is I'm going to split this up into 4 sectors, 4 segments, because this isn't the only... We're gonna have to continue the space elevator factory after phase 4, and I want to keep them all together. So, like, for example, our nuclear pasta could be over here, and let's just say we build all the nuclear pasta in this quadrant right here, and then maybe over here we build the thermal propulsion rocket all over here. Let's just say we do that. Then maybe on this side of the tracks we build the magnetic field generators. Well, those don't actually... No, the next 2 really don't need that much space. So we'll do... Let's just say we do these over here. And then over here... this would actually make more... The coal is over here, so I should build it over there. So this one should be the assembly director system. And then this one over here should be the magnetic field generator. And I think that'd be kind of cool. We have 4 different segments, and then once we get to tier 9 we can just add on to each of these segments and just build the part that they need, and we can beat the game that way. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna build a lot of stuff. It's gonna be hard to build this on camera. The electromagnetic control rods are stuff you've built before. It's just AI limiters and stators, which is steel pipes and wire and quick wire and copper sheets. That's really easy. You should be able to figure that out. And then we've already built these, well, the adaptive control units I just need to put together. The only thing you haven't seen is the pressure conversion cube and the copper powder. So let me show you those. The pressure conversion cube is a fused modular frame and a radio control unit. So we're building these already. We just gotta combine them. And then the copper powder is just copper ingots. A ton of copper ingots. So if we gotta make 100 per minute, I need 2 of these, which is 600 copper ingots. So we just need to make as much copper ingots as we can make. And that's why I needed a lot of copper. So I'll get started building this and give you some updates as I make progress. So Be back in a bit. Alright, it's been a while. I set up some trains. So I have a 6-car train and a 7-car train because I couldn't fit it all in one and it would cause a lot of problems with all these junctions. Figured we might as well just split them into 2 trains. All the items that we've been making throughout this series. So in our computer factory, we're making extra radio control units, supercomputers, computers, circuit boards. With the fused modular frames, we're making extra of those. We're making extra cooling systems. We made extra turbo motors. We made extra heavy modular frames, extra rotors. It's all coming together now. I have got them all out here. And it's kind of a jumbled mess down here, but I did organize this so that I know what I need to bring and where it needs to go. The machines are all set up. They're all ready to go. They may not all be connected to power, but they're ready to go. So in this first one here, we need turbo motors, which is this line here. I have 3 different items on here. It's rotors, turbo motors, and heavy modular frames. Since I had to basically run lines all the way throughout the factory, I was just grabbing as I went. So that's what this is. So we'll just connect that up, and we'll connect that up. And then the rotors, we need to connect that up right away as well. And there we go. So those will start connecting. We'll have those getting into the system. Here we have cooling system, 3 per minute. So we'll get the cooling systems running. Then we have 1 fused modular frame per minute in that one. We have 1.5 fused modular frames in this one. We had to split it for a reason, and I'll show you that later. And then here is 3 radio control units per minute. We'll just connect that up. So this set of trains should be collecting as many items as it possibly can be. Looks like it is. And then we got to come over here as well. We have 0.5 supercomputers, so we'll just hook that up. Then we have 5 automated wiring. Then we have 5 circuit boards per minute. And then this is 2 computers per minute. And this one is the heavy modular frames, which is already connected. This one is the versatile frameworks, which will go right there. And this one is the AI limiters, which is here. Everything's connected. Now it does say versatile framework, 5 per minute. I didn't want to make additional versatile frameworks. So if I want to do 5 per minute guaranteed, I am making 2.5 right now. I can just take a sum. Oh, I guess I am making 5 per minute. I didn't realize that made 5 per minute. Okay, so I am making 5 per minute. Whatever. There we go. 5 per minute versatile frameworks. I thought this was 2.5, but I'll take 5 per minute. I don't have to summer sleep it. Yay. That's awesome. So now everything should be going into the system. And this train is the perfect example. Whoa, don't lag on me like that. And we'll just ride this train so you can kind of see where this is going. And yeah, this is floating over the void. I didn't know where else to put this, so this is where it went. It's completely fine. So here we have to slow down because we have to determine if we can go through this junction, which we can. And then there's the other train, so that'll go pick up everything else. We are unable to move through because there's probably a train. Yep, that one over there is causing a problem. And there we go, now we can go. Path signals are amazing, honestly. Especially in big intersections like this. Incredible. And then we go up into our new space elevator building right here. Tons of lighting in there. There is really nothing on this bottom floor because we're going to save this for the final space elevator parts, if there's enough room. And then our train station is actually on the outside here. It is right here. We have both of them. And now, these are all set to unload. We should be ready to go. So that will start unloading a bunch of crap. And we'll start producing a bunch of crap. Hopefully everything is set to the right location. This is a gigantic mess. I will be the first one to admit that. But we should see these 4 lines right here fill up when that unloads, and then these 2 over here. And I'm hoping I got this all correct. I brought out a bunch of copper, and we had to do a ton of copper because the nuclear pasta takes a lot of copper. But let's just make sure our train line is working properly. Yeah, here comes the fused modular frames and the radio control units. There we go. Now we are making pressure conversion cubes. And this will go into the particle accelerator to make nuclear pasta. But we also need copper powder. The copper powder is made from these constructors. They make 50 per minute. But you need 300 copper ingots per minute. I needed, what is this, 600? I needed 1800 copper ingots per minute because I need 300 copper powder. So I used the pure copper ingot recipe. I double overclocked it, so I'm producing 75 per minute using water and copper. And I needed 8 of those to make enough for 2, so we might as well connect these up. I wanted to wait until I actually had showed you what was going on here. So you'll see just this massive amount of copper coming in, and it'll produce copper powder. And the copper powder will fly into the factory here, into the particle accelerator. And we'll start making some nuclear pasta soon. And yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of wait. Over here, okay, so the rotors came through. Okay, everything came through. Nice. So we're making smart plating, we're making motors, which means we are now making modular engines. And then once the modular engines fill up, we'll combine it with the turbo motors, cooling systems, and fused modular frames. We'll start making some thermal propulsion rockets, which is gonna be awesome. So that one's already gonna start producing here pretty soon. We're just waiting on the modular engines. Over here, so the modular engines, the motors needed stators. So over here is our stator production, just these 3 producing enough stators. And then some additional stators needed to come here to the electromagnetic control rods. We brought AI limiters over. So that's working just fine, and then that has to combine with the versatile frameworks to create the magnetic field generators. But as you can see, it's super duper slow. Here's our first one, produced 2 of them, and now we are making our first magnetic field generators. That is our space elevator part. Then here is the adaptive control unit, the automated wiring, circuit boards, heavy modular frames, and computers. We made enough extra of these, so all we have to do is let this produce, and then we will be able to make the assembly director system here pretty shortly once this one produces. I don't know if we're... Oh, we are making nuclear pasta. Look at that. Oh, I love this factory. I love this one. It is super loud, though. This is one of the loudest factories ever. But it is such a cool one. Oh, baby. So yeah, this was quite complicated to set up because I had to set up a ton of trains. But yeah, if we look in here, we'll see nuclear pasta actually has a fluctuating power consumption. It starts at 500 and then goes all the way up to 1500. That is the max consumption. But yeah, this is so cool. So cool. Let's see what we got for nuclear pasta. Did we not get anything? Oh, it's still producing. Okay. This one takes forever. But yeah, okay, so we got a lot of stuff here. Got a ton of copper coming in here. Yeah, this is how fast we need it to go. And that should keep up here, which it is. Got some nuclear pasta. That one's, we should have one by now. Yep, alright, there we go. Nuclear pasta. We are making all of our space elevator parts. So we got 3 nuclear pasta just sitting there. We're making 3 at a time for a reason, because we need it for a future build. The thermal propulsion rocket is producing, which is awesome. This will take a while. We actually have 2 already. We have to make 250 of those, so that'll take some time. The magnetic field generators, we are making these as well. That needs 500. This won't take that long. The assembly director systems, we are making those now. We need 500 of those. That'll take a while, just because the adaptive control units are so slow. But yeah, there we go. We got a space elevator factory up and running. So we have the trains bringing in everything from within our mega factory. 'Cause we're way out here, and we're just bringing everything from over here. It's a short train ride, which is fine. The only thing that we needed to bring in a distance was this train here. And we just needed to bring in some rubber. That's all we really needed to do. I was producing extra rubber, so I just brought it over. The rubber comes to this machine over here. And that is, or sorry, it comes to this machine, which is the modular engines. That's where that's coming from. So yeah, I don't know how to explain this better, but this is our space elevator part factory. And then I'm hoping I have enough room down here, which now that I kind of look at it, I don't think I do. But I hope I have enough room down here to produce the final space elevator parts that we're gonna need. We'll see if we have enough room. But yeah, this building isn't really built out. What I might do is I might actually build this off camera, and before I finish the episode, I might show you what I came up with, so that I can actually say I finished an entire build in an episode. But it is a massive building. It's a massive building, and it does follow with the road here. So I made sure that followed. And then I might just, yeah. No, this is really cool. This build is awesome. I love it. And the trains coming through is so amazing. But yeah. What I need to do is make this look nice. And I'll include that in just a minute. Well, there it is. There's the completed building until we have to add on to it for the final space elevator parts. But what I did is I made these little legs coming out the bottom. I think those are pretty cool. And then I sunk in a wall. So this is actually sunk in 1 deep. So yeah, I sunk in a wall right there. And that adds a little bit of depth to the bottom there. I like it. And then this main level I kept normal with the windows just being sunk halfway in. And that's pretty normal here, but I didn't want to do that all the way up, so I did a little extension. So I brought the, I did like a 2-meter ramp and then a 2-meter inverted ramp. And I did that on top and bottom. And I put the windows out a little bit, so they're sticking out. And then I did these little pieces on the edges and made them purple, so it's an accent color. And so now that I have this complete, I really like it. This side's probably the most plain, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do with the road being right here. That's unfortunate. I mean, that's just how it is. Sometimes that happens. But if we come around the other side, we can see that it's similar all the way around. And this one has more pieces to it, because I had the train run through it. So it worked out pretty nicely. And here's the view from the second floor. Pretty similar to the first one, except the window's sitting up a little higher. And if we look out, we actually have a nice view of the area. Alright, our to-do list here. We are now complete with the space elevator parts. I knew that was going to be a problem, so we're just going to change that to space parts. And there we go. Number 4 on that list is complete. Next episode, we'll do fabric and smokeless powder, because we can probably do both of them in the same episode. Then the following episode, we'll do rocket fuel power, because we'll need it by then. And then, hopefully by then, we'll have built up enough space elevator parts to turn it in and complete phase 4. And then we can work on 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next episode.